Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the channel, guys. I hope you're doing amazing. I'm happy to see you today for another video. And for this week's video, we're going to talk about a cool and fun and loving little topic, which is les cadeaux. What does that mean? That means the gift. So, in this video, we're going to learn everything about the vocabulary, what are the different occasions, everything that is going to be related to the gifts, meaning les cadeaux. Cadeau can either be the gift or the present. It's the same. Okay, let's start with the introduction. Introduction. Objectif, that means goals. Découvrir le vocabulaire des cadeaux, meaning to discover the vocabulary of the gifts. Apprendre à dire ce qu'on offre et à qui, meaning to learn to say what we offer and to who. Comprendre la culture des cadeaux en France. Understand the culture of the gift in France. That is pretty much it for today's video. So we're gonna try to see those three topics, and same as usual, if you have anything to add, any question, any more vocabulary, like, I don't know, maybe some information they need to share, some little fun facts, feel free to do it. It's always super good and interesting. Okay, let's start with le vocabulaire, partie 1. Vocabulary part 1. Les occasions, meaning the occasions. So the same thing as the events. When can we give or receive some gifts? Of course, we have a lot more, but I would say that those ones would be the main ones, especially in France. First one, Noël. What is Noël? It's Christmas. The majority of the people who live in France celebrate Christmas. So, of course, for them and for it can be like the religious purposes or not only, but for Christmas, we tend to offer some gift. Christmas is Noël. Pour un anniversaire, for a birthday. Of course, usually for a birthday, when you want to celebrate someone, we offer some gift. Une fête, a party, or a celebration. La fête des mères, la fête des pères, Mother's Day, Father's Day, or just a party in general. Un mariage, a wedding. Une naissance, a birth. Un départ, une arrivée, meaning a departure or a leaving of someone, or an arrival. So it can be, for example, like in the job company, or like, I don't know, in the work environment, or doesn't have to be like specifically that. But for so if there's some change, and if like you want to, for I don't know, for example, like greet someone and like just show like some love, this can also be an option. So let's read them one more time just to make sure those vocabularies are good. Noël, un anniversaire, une fête, un mariage, une naissance, un départ, une arrivée. Same, if you have more ideas, you can share them with us. Part 2, partie 2. Les cadeaux. Of course, same as usual. This is a little list of things that we can buy, offer, and receive. But, you know, the list goes on and it can be super long. But those ones would be, I would say, the main ones and the most known. First one, un livre, a book. Okay, it's always a good idea to buy a book. I'm pretty sure you can always go right if you buy one. So, un livre. Un parfum. Parfum, a perfume. Des fleurs, flowers. Des bijoux, jewelry. Un vêtement, a piece of clothing. Un jouet, a toy. Une carte cadeau, a gift card. Et for the food lovers, du chocolat, some chocolate. This is a need, this is a must. You can never go wrong with chocolate. Okay, let's read them one more time. Un livre, un parfum, des fleurs, des bijoux, un vêtement, un jouet, une carte cadeau, du chocolat. Okay. Now, last part. À qui? To who? So, okay, we have the gift now. For example, I bought my chocolat. Who can I give them to? Multiple options. mon père, my father, ma mère, my mother, mon frère, my brother, ma sœur, my sister, mes amis, my friends, mes grands-parents, my grandparents, mon professeur, my teacher, mon copain, ma copine, my boyfriend, my girlfriend. Let's read them one more time. Pronunciation-wise, be careful. You can always try to practice on your own if you struggle a little bit, and especially on the R sound. I know that sometimes it might be a little tricky, so feel free to practice with me at the same time. Mon père, ma mère, mon frère, ma sœur, mes amis, and I link mes amis, mes grands-parents, mon professeur, mon copain, ma copine. Okay, now, les verbes utiles, useful verbs that are related to that topic. So when we think about gift and present, what are the verbs that we might be using in the phrase? First one, to love, aimer. Then, préférer, to prefer. Offrir, to offer. Recevoir, to receive. Acheter, to buy. Vendre, to sell. Okay, those are, I would say, probably the main 6 verbs that are related to that topic. So I wrote them down for you because they're not a part of the same group, and you know that how the French grammar is built. Sometimes when they're part of the same group, they're going to be built the same way. Sometimes we have some exceptions. Sometimes the ending is different. So just to make sure there's no confusion, you have everything written down here. So you can always try to practice on your own. Feel free to look at the ending. Why is it ending? Any questions on that, you can ask us. You have everything, so you just need to learn it. Okay, let's read them. J'aime. You're going to say j'aime, tu aimes, il aime, nous aimons, vous aimez, aime. Never pronounce the ENT for il. It's always mute. Préférer, to prefer. Je préfère, tu préfères, il préfère, nous préférons, vous préférez, il préfère. Offrir, to offer. J'offre, tu offres, il offre, nous offrons, vous offrez, ils offrent. Recevoir, to receive. Je reçois, tu reçois, il reçoit, nous recevons, we receive, vous recevez, ils reçoivent. So this one might be a little tricky because you see that the base is not the same. For je, tu, il, and il, the two il, it's the same base, is reçoit. And then you add S, ST, V, ENT. For nous and vous, the base is different because you take the base from the verb when it's full form, infinitive. So you're going to keep the receive, and then you add the ending. Reçoit, 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 recevons, recevez, reçoivent. Then, acheter. J'achète, tu achètes, il achète, nous achetons, vous achetez, ils achètent. Same when you have an S with il and the vowel you link. Now I want to say one thing that is super important. Please, you can listen, take some notes, because I know that it might be one of the biggest and most common mistake that we can see in the written production. It's the accent. Sometimes it's always super tricky to know in a word, okay, do I need to put an accent? Is it a high one? Is it a low one? Why sometimes there's a sound but there's no accent? Let me tell you. When you look at the verb to buy, when it's full form, meaning acheter, here there's no accent, right, on the E. Acheter. So when there's no accent, you know that the E is pronounced E. Acheter, ER makes the sound E. When you say it for yourself, if you want to say I buy, why do we have to put an accent? Okay, let's go back on to buy. Acheter. We don't care about the A. What matters is the last 2 syllables. Cheter. In French, everything is just a matter of balance. So if we have 2 syllables, if one is mute, the second one has to be pronounced. If the first one is pronounced, then the second one can be mute. Okay? It's just a matter of, okay, I pronounce one, I don't pronounce the other one. I don't pronounce the other one, I can pronounce the second one. You always have to find the balance, okay? When you say acheter, the accent is on the second one. I said don't think about the A, okay? It's on between the ch and the t. Acheter. The accent is on the last one. So I'm going to make my E mute because I have my accent on the last one. I'm good. But when I conjugate for je, I know that I change my ER into my E, okay? Because E is the ending for je. But E is mute. So if I have a last syllable that is mute, I cannot have the syllable before that is mute too. Otherwise, I don't have any accent in my word. So how am I going to pronounce the word if everything is mute? That's why I need to put an accent on the first syllable because the last one is going to be mute. So I'm going to say j'achète. If we didn't put this accent, it would have been j'achète. J'achète. Because the E is, without an accent, is E, and the E at the end is mute too. So every time you have the last syllable that is mute, always put the accent before. J'achète. Tu achètes. Il achète. Now let's see with nous. Why don't we have the accent on the E? Nous achetons. Because you put the accent on the last one with the ONS. You don't pronounce the S, but because you do pronounce the ON, achetons. It's the pronunciation, the emphasis on the last one, so no need to put an accent on the E. Acheter, same. IZ for vous makes the sound E. This is our accent. So from the syllable before, we don't put any accent. Acheter. And the last one, ENT is always mute. So because it's mute, I'm putting my accent before. Ils achètent. I hope that this was useful and it answered maybe some of your questions about the pronunciation and the accents. And it's going to be the same rule for every verb. Vendre, to sell. Je vends, tu vends, il vend, nous vendons, vous vendez, ils vendent. Pretty easy. The best advice and like the most important rule would be when it's ENT, never pronounce it. Please don't say en. It's mute. I wrote some examples. Let's read them. So I wrote 3 different phrases. J'offre un livre à ma sœur. I offer a book to my sister. Elle reçoit des fleurs pour son anniversaire. She receives some flowers for her birthday. Ils adorent recevoir du chocolat. They adore, they love to receive some chocolate. Okay, I hope that this helped you a little bit more. The verb if you struggle a little bit. Always try to practice. You can write them down. It's a good exercise. And same as usual, if you have any question, Okay, now let's focus on the French culture related to the gift so that you know a little bit more about how French is cultivating this aspect of offering and receiving gifts. En France, on offre souvent des fleurs, du vin, du chocolat quand on est invité. Meaning in France, we often offer some flowers, some wine, and some chocolate when we are invited. So, for example, if someone invited you to come over to eat for dinner or whatever, it's the common, not rule, but action that will be okay. I'm invited, so to thank that person, I'm not gonna come without nothing in my hands. So, because you want to show like that you're grateful for being invited, we tend to offer either flowers, wine, and chocolate. Pour un anniversaire, on dit joyeux anniversaire. When it's birthday time and you want to offer your gift, of course, same as in English, happy birthday, joyeux anniversaire. À Noël, on offre des cadeaux à toute la famille. For Christmas, we offer gifts to the whole family. Of course, otherwise maybe some others can be jealous. So, no jealousy, everybody has a little gift. On écrit parfois une carte avec un message personnel. When we tend to offer a gift, we often or sometimes write a personal card with a little note on it that is going to be joined with the present. Even if it's just a little word, I'm wishing you Merry Christmas, Happy Birthday, we tend to always write a little note. Okay, and now it's your turn and your time to practice. I work you 4 questions. I would like you to answer to those questions, but you answer the way you want. If you want to make some big phrases, go for it. If you want to do some little answers, it's fine. The goal is just for you to practice on your writing. Généralement, pour un événement, generally, in like general, for an event. Qu'est-ce que tu offres? What do you offer? Do you have something that you like to offer that you know that people are gonna like? Qu'est-ce que tu reçois? What do you receive? Qu'est-ce que tu aimes offrir? What do you like to offer? Et pourquoi? Why? So you can try to answer question by question, make just a little paragraph, a little text, answering those 4 questions. As long as you try to practice a little bit on your own for that topic, it's useful. So feel free to do it. And that's pretty much it for today's video. I hope you guys liked it. Please don't forget to put the thumbs up and to subscribe to the channel so that you're not going to miss any video. And I wish you all a good end of your week. And I'm seeing you next week for another video. Salut!